The NBA's regular season ends 2 weeks from today. Now, what a matchup this afternoon. The two highest scoring teams in the NBA, both with championship dreams, and also featuring a pair of former MVPs, including Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. As you look at the Eastern Conference standing, Brooklyn in the first spot, only a half game ahead of Philadelphia. Milwaukee 3.5 back. All three teams still battling for the best possible spot. Meanwhile, Giannis Antetokounmpo, this was his workout before the game. Turned his ankle first quarter of a game Thursday and had to leave. Did not play Friday, but he will be in the lineup, expected to start for Mike Budenholzer and the Bucks here this afternoon. And good afternoon, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Rachel Nichols with us as well. For all of these championship contenders, health is the #1 issue, and that includes Milwaukee with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know, Mark, he's won 2 MVPs in a row, and he's putting up great numbers again on offense, and he's still as dominant as ever defensively.
Well, what makes him so unique is his ability to dominate the basketball court on both sides of the floor. Offensively and defensively, can be the absolute best player on the court. What he does night in and night out puts him in position to once again be in the discussion for MVP of the league. Impressive, dominant numbers. And how does he do it? In transition, pushing the basketball with a full head of steam, puts the point guards on the opposition in position to try to stop him. He's going to win that battle. You see Lonzo Ball, this time it's Danny Green. Giannis bigger, stronger, get to his spot and explodes. Your only opportunity to stop him or contain him is to build a wall. And when you do that, he is a willing passer that puts his teammates night in and night out in position to score and be effective on the offensive end. Unselfishness, once again, having a stellar season for this Bucks team.
Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, again, the health of Kevin Durant is critical. Durant did not play in their last game as they're managing that hamstring injury, Jeff, that had him out for 23 consecutive games. Now, he's the subject of our Coast to Coast brought to you by T-Mobile. Since he's been back, it's amazing what he's been able to do after being out for such a long time.
He makes the game laughably easy on the offensive end. He obliterates the best defenders and the best team defenses in the league. And you look at his numbers from an efficiency standpoint, I mean, those are just off-the-chart numbers. And after the injury, he walked back in and played with even better efficiency. It's an absolute joke how good this guy is.
And he'll have some help in terms of the superstar department. Kyrie Irving, he missed a game last week because of a groin injury. He'll be in the lineup this afternoon. With more on him, let's go to Rachel.
Thanks, Mike. You know, you might have noticed the theme when the Nets walked in for this game. They were all wearing sweatshirts from the new Mambacita clothing line. That's something that Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa, has started to honor their daughter, Gigi, and all proceeds go to charity. Here's the kicker. Kyrie Irving supplied and bought all the merch for this Nets team. You know, it's so interesting watching Kyrie this season. I've been covering him since he was a rookie, and this is by far the most comfortable I have ever seen him. He told me that part of that is just the lessons he learned from his previous stops about accountability and leadership, and part of it is the way the Nets really just encourage him to be himself. And right now, that involves a new practice. For the past couple weeks, Kyrie has been observing the holiday of Ramadan, which involves prayer and fasting during daylight hours. That means Kyrie doesn't plan to eat or even drink water on the bench today. And Coach Steve Nash told me initially he had some concerns about that, just because this is the first time Kyrie is trying this. But the organization's main goal was that Kyrie feel the support of the team behind him. Nash has just made sure along the way that Kyrie feels comfortable, as the coach put it, quote, calling an audible if he ever needs to. We'll have more on all the players in today's game coming up on the NBA Sunday Showcase, which will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Round with me, I'm fitting. Fourth quarter, ninth inning. Ain't no way we ain't winning. Back home for a week. Ain't no way we ain't sinning.
Oh, what a shot by Kyrie Irving. Walks into a 3, and it's scored! Kevin Durant!
Double deuces hits a 3. Straight away to Giannis. To the rim to slam it.
NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
The NBA is headed into the final month of the regular season, with the Nets and Bucks fighting for supremacy in the East. But 1 year ago, George Floyd's final breath sparked a movement that has been unmatched in American history. Please discover the power in their voices.
We want change. We want justice.
Kyrie Irving nearly disrupted the bubble before it began to keep the focus on the protests.
You can fight the fight while still showing up to work.
Same old thing, just a different season.
Months later, the Bucks brought the sports world to a halt, refusing to play after the shooting of another black man. And while a new year brought signs of accountability, justice is still but a dream. Life is starting to get back to normal, but as the Nets and Bucks can attest, normal is not enough.
It's the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. We welcome you to NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC, presented by Reese's. Yes, the hills are alive. I feel like I should sing the sound of music as we welcome you to Milwaukee. It's spring, but boy, it feels like a summer day. Gorgeous afternoon, and what a matchup we have for you here today on ABC. Starting lineups delivered by Taco Bell. And for Brooklyn, 34 different starting lineups this season, but they're fairly healthy today. No James Harden, but Irving, Green, Durant, Joe Harris, and DeAndre Jordan starting at the center. And meanwhile, for the Milwaukee Bucks, also getting healthy with Antetokounmpo back after missing the last game. Middleton, Lopez, Drew Holiday, and Dante DiVincenzo. So a fun matchup for Milwaukee. 9 games remaining. They're 39-24, third in the East, 3 back of Philadelphia for second. And you see these two teams, the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA. In fact, Milwaukee's number, if they finish with that number, it'd be the highest scoring team in the NBA in 30 years. And Brooklyn's right behind them. So expect some offensive fireworks.